Hello and welcome back. So, I found that a patch came out on Nine Kings, and we now have the King of Nomads. It is apparently a lot more mobile, a lot more troop-based, and allows you ways to actually move your cards, your locations, around. So, we're just going to go on Peasant difficulty. I've already picked out the basic perks. I've obviously not played this yet, level 0, so this is going to be a very blind run into this. I read the patch notes, but I don't know details. Looks like I'm dealing with spells and progress. Let's go ahead and get to it. So, Warlord is a base and ranged troop that shoots banners that add Warlord stats to target allies. Interesting. I have no idea. Mob, stone throwing unit. Gain a unit whenever a different adjacent card gains one. Interesting. Camp, when a card is placed on an empty plot, camp's adjacent plots gain plus 2% to all stats. Okay. And shields is add 10 HP or 10% HP to target whichever's higher. That's nice. I like the little thing of here's a flat number or a percentage bonus, and whatever is higher is what you get. It's almost, I'd say it's almost incentivizing, like, holding off on it. At least, no, it's very powerful early on. You'd have to have 100 base HP just to match the 10 HP. So, never mind that. It's all good. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna place that there, because I want to see if that happens to go off immediately. I don't know if that's, no, it doesn't do damage. It's a stats up. Got it. So you're aiming at yourself with those. Interesting. Alright, I don't mind it. Let's go ahead and see what a mob does right here. So putting that down didn't... Oh, it did cause the stats boost. Yes, it did. Okay, so it does stack there. Alright, stats are up. This might be a little bit of a slower moving one right now. Frost, attacks slow the enemy's movement and attack speed by 20%. I'm curious, can I can put it on my Warlord. Oh, nice. Oh, I am always instinctively trying to shoot the enemy with my, my base attack thing, because I think of it as an attack. Most of the kings, that is something that you use against the enemy. Now, right now I'm assuming that the stats up are temporary. They're just for that time. Let's see. I don't really want to use Overhaul on anything right now, but I don't really want the Lab Rat either. Let's re-roll it. Concabulator is pretty good. Cryo Flame. Dragons now spit blue fire and attack +1 time per battle. I don't have any dragons, but it sounds great. I can unlock 3 new random plots and really give myself space to run around in. I don't mind that. Poison Thorns is also really good, but I kind of want exploration. I'll put Concabulator way back in that back corner. I just need to get a hold of it. A couple more cards of it, and it will level up absolutely everything. Anyhow, right now I'm assuming that the stats up is a temporary measure. Migration moves target to an empty adjacent plot. Moved card gains 10% damage and HP. Oh, I like that. Because I think that I can move it right there. Yep. I think that there was a negative, though, that popped up. It looked like it was negative 10% HP or something like that, and I don't know why that was. I thought that I gain HP from it. I might have just messed up terribly somehow. I am not entirely sure how I screwed up that badly, and unfortunately, if you lose all your troops, there is no recovery. I cannot take things out before they get to my camp. So, that's interesting. Dragon's Den, there it is. Summons powerful single-strike dragons, 10% stronger each time a plot is destroyed. Oh, that's rough, but, interesting. Alright. Cards on target plots will level up. So if I put the dragon on one of those, that could be interesting. Alright. I am getting to the point where I think I'm not going to be able to keep up with the enemy anymore, because these things have gotten a little too powerful. Unfortunately, I am slow rolling on this, and I cannot do damage with these. My troops are gone. I'm probably not going to make another year unless I get very lucky, because it seems like I am not getting the synergies fast enough. Mounted by adjacent unit, sums its stats with Rider and pierces through the front line. Or another level on Mob. Honestly, Mob has not been very powerful for me. I will go ahead and try Raptor. And I will see how that goes. Oh, that rushes right to the back. Okay, we're doing a bit better on that. That helped a lot. Unfortunately, we might be in some trouble here. Got it. Shoots banners that add Warlord stats to target allies, so it is definitely temporary, but I do kind of want to upgrade it. I see that the dragon passes by just once. I like the variety that they have done on the background music for this. This has a little bit of a tone that sounds a bit like throat singing, and I do like that. Does this count as destroying a plot? I want to find out. So, yeah, that counts. And that also gives the stat boost, and we're gonna level that up. Okay. Okay, if I wildcard the Concabulator, that is going to level up everything. Which is a very good use of a wild card. It is very powerful to be able to get a single level on something and everything else gets a level. Now, the fuller your board is, the better, but... Okay, and I can overhaul the Concabulator now, and that'll level up 2 plots at random. I have so many spots unlocked. It's great. Okay, there we go. Get some more stats up there. Oh my god, they rushed right into the back line. Oh, that melted the spell army. Okay. Okay, we are doing interestingly. I almost want to know if I should get Spire, if it's worth it. It might be. It might be. Let's put it on the front line and see what happens. Okay, momentum is gathering at this point. I kind of want to get some soldiers, to be quite honest. I can get Cryoflame up and attack 1 more time per battle. I don't have a lot of support buildings, so I think Cryoflame is the way to go. I'm going to slap down a soldier right there. Get some stat boosts on it. Okay, Dragon didn't even get a second pass. Honestly, this is going fairly well, I think. Let's get another Concabulator going. I still haven't put that wizard down at all. I really should if I can. Just because this benefits so much from having different armies. Oh, that didn't count. Okay, so the Dragon's Den did not get helped by that at all. Wizard on raptors is a bad idea, I feel. So I'm gonna put the wizards back here. I'm beginning to think that the warlord banners are best placed on the backline ranged things, just because they tend to move a lot less. Let's reroll and see. Aha, Concabulator. Perfect. One more level on that, and I believe I still have that wild card. Ooh, Rainbow Army. Alright, so we're in for some interesting cards in that case. Let's see what we end up with. What do we have here? A slime just multiplies. Oh, that... Ooh. That could be very powerful if it synergizes with the put a thing on an empty plot. If it synergizes with that, and even if it doesn't, they are really cheap and easy to destroy. The one downside potentially is that sometimes you destroy it and it proliferates back onto that plot. So let's go ahead and give that a shot. I can put it kind of right about here and they will be confined to that, or I can just have a back row of slimes. I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a back row of slime. Oh no, I messed up. I thought that I had two things there. Okay, slight change of plans. I will go ahead and put it on these two slots here. And immediately, I think that it did double up. I think it did. It was a little hard to tell, but I believe it worked. So those things are just gonna be, they're just gonna be going for a while. Let's go ahead and I kind of want to get a library up if I can. Now, to be honest, I don't have a lot of enchantments. I have the Frosty enchantment on the one guy, on the Warlord, and that is it. So, quite honestly, I'm just going to go ahead and level everything up. We're going to destroy that just as soon as we can whenever we get a card that allows destruction. And that'll also make the dragon more powerful. Okay. Ah, there we go. Overhaul. Perfect. Frostbite. Frost now deals damage per second, +1 damage per stack, or gambling. Gambling is very tempting, because while I can't choose my cards, you end up with a lot of cards to work with. Leatherworks would be hilarious on the Raptors, to be honest. I'm gonna go ahead and take Frostbite for right now. But the others are very good. Okay, got some more levels, got some more stats. There we go. It was a bit of a rough start, but I think that we have hit a stride at this point. And of course, that's starting to proliferate sideways. Destroy target. Plot to receive 3 random tome cards. Don't mind if I do. Let's go ahead and destroy that one. Get a stat boost going on that. We can clone something. We can get shields on. I cannot really get a library on anything right now because I don't have access to a lot of spells. So really, probably our best thing to do is to clone something and potentially level it, though, hold on. I might have full levels on... Yeah, I've got full levels on everything, except for the Warlord, which can always level up. So honestly, our best shot is probably shields. So 10 HP or 10%. The mob is at 28. The Raptors are 37. Warlord's 41. Wizards are 20. Soldiers are at 51. So I'm gonna get 10 HP no matter what, because that's higher. The question is, do I want to really up someone? I could really up the soldiers' HP and just have them cause trouble in the front. Why not? And I could clone something and therefore fill another space for the camp. Card is placed on an empty plot. Camp's adjacent plots gain 2% to all stats. What do I want more of, honestly? I think I want more of the Raptors. The Raptors are funny. And I am going to put that there. Alright, so you're not going to do particularly well unless I shield and or wild card you. Swords, 5 damage or 5% damage. Nice. Who do we not want to fight anymore? Honestly, I don't feel like I'm struggling with either of them. The King of Nothing is valuable because of the wild cards. However, I kind of want to start stacking spells in just so I can make use of that library at some point. So I'm going to keep spells, get rid of nothing. And we've got an expansion coming up in just a few years, so I can get that one slot. Do I want to up the Warlord's damage with that in mind at all? Oh, a farm could be very powerful on certain things. I'm gonna grab it just in case, but I don't know if I'm gonna have the right space for it. Okay. So the thing about farm is that this gains a unit whenever a different adjacent card gains one. Which means I could put the farm down in such a way that this raptor benefits from it. And let's do another dragon's den. I think the greatest difficulty I'm going to have with putting down that library as I plan is that, unless I can... No, I should be able to do it. I should be able to do it. Because, yeah, I should be okay. I was basically, rethinking it, but I believe I'll be alright. We just have a little bit more before an expansion happens. Oh, I should have upped the farm. I messed up on that. Because that would have basically doubled both the raptor and the mob's recruitment gain. Anyhow, I will take a static at some point because that's going to be useful. Alright. So, first things first, we want this. Second things second, we want that. The library, unfortunately, only has a coins toss to double an enchantment. So, it might not be that useful after all, but we can always hope. I can level up Raptor or Dragon's Den. I kind of want to level up the Dragon's Den. But not right now, because right now I'm gonna just... Whoop, there we go. Yeah, I think things are going well. Offering. Settlement. Okay, well, that's new. All new troops and towers placed on empty plots starts with double stats. That's probably a lot more powerful if you're lucky enough to get it early game. Right now, however, I think that I'm just gonna... No. I'm gonna reroll. Smithy. Swords and shields have double effect. Is that retroactive? I don't know. I'm gonna grab it just in case, but I've got no idea. Now, I am going to destroy a thing. There we go. Let's see what I ended up with. Procreate. Oh, this is about to get kind of funny. Yeah, I thought that would recruit. Okay. I'm putting down the Dragon's Den. And I'm gonna go ahead and overhaul this guy. Get some levels, get a lot of recruitment going. That mob has grown. I need to find out what its stats are at this point. It's doing a lot of damage. It is really doing a lot of damage. Oh, I'll take a new ranged troop. It gains a unit whenever a different adjacent card gains one, so we're at 61 units. But it's decent health, damage, and everything else, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna put down a ranged troop. Let's put the Executioner there. Got another static on my Warlord. Let's see. I can level up the library one. Or I could try and roll for a new enchantment, to be honest. Or I put down, like, a shaman right there, which honestly is going to give me more stat boosts, so I'm gonna go for that. Okay, let's get another shaman. I could get another raptor and really level that up. I don't have any more spaces to put anything else, so I could just do haste and increase target's movement speed by 200%, which is going to be hilarious if it works on a raptor. Let's go. Okay, so first of all, that. And now who's going to go fast? Who is going to go fast? Honestly, I'm not sure it really matters too much because it just pierces through the front line. I think it just is set to go instead of having a particular speed. A lot of my stuff back here is ranged, so it doesn't really need to go anywhere real fast. I will go ahead and put haste on my soldiers and just see how that goes. How fast do they move? Very! The answer is yes! How fast does it go? Yes. Okay, real quick. I don't have any empty adjacent, but I can take sword. I can take swords and put it on something. So, who's got decently high damage? Not quite 20. Not quite 10, not quite 10. Got 17 there. Got 36 there. 40 there. And 6 there. Honestly, this buff's based on its own damage, so I do want to put it on the shaman. Okay, but this is the end. I'm going to make an offering of a slime, and then I'm going to see what I get from it. The slimes are very good with anything that's like destroy a plot. Migration moves target to an empty adjacent plot. Moved card gains 10% damage and HP. There's not a lot that I can really do with that. There's only one empty plot, and it's 2 slimes and some wizards. If I move the wizards, the slimes will not proliferate into the new plot. So honestly, I'm gonna migrate some slimes. Just because that kind of messes with some other boosts. We can spend 30 gold to increase every stat of a troop or tower by 15%. That's not too bad. That is not too bad. I wonder if it might be worth putting it on the shaman for the extra damage and buffs. Let's go for it. Shields, 10 HP or 10% HP, whichever is higher. Our front line so far is mob and soldiers, so I'm going to put that on soldiers. And then wildcard for leveling up a plot. The shaman could use a level. And the only other thing left is the library or the executioners, I do believe. So, of the two, the library's okay, but it's not going to benefit much more from an extra level. So I'm going to put it on the executioners. And we're going to see how that goes. Alright, King of Progress boss fight, let's go. I'm just gonna put stats up. If I can follow the shamans, then in theory that's gonna make their buffs. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright. So that is King of Nomads. got a little dicey at the very beginning. I had 1 life left because things were overwhelming me. I think that the greatest challenge, or I guess weakness, of this particular king from just that glaring example is that if your troops get wiped out, if your actual deployment fails, there is nothing you can do. You have no Hail Mary of a tower attack that can potentially wipe out an advancing army. You're just gonna have to sit and wait for them to get to your warlord's camp. There is nothing else. That being said, once the synergies do start rolling, things start to melt in front of you. So that is the new king. And it's interesting, it's fun. It's going to be really neat to see those various new synergizing cards, the moving cards, the stat buffs, things like that, kind of get put into play as you get them while running other kings. However, for right now, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for checking it out. Have a good one. Bye.